Regarding East West Bank, what's the vision
Yeah.
in the next maybe 5 years, 10
Yeah.
years? Because presently, it's a very fast-paced world, so
Yes.
there's more emphasis on digitization, and everyone's on their phones now
Yes.
using apps. So, what can the average Filipino expect?
Yeah. So we're a very unique bank, right? And I say this based on my experience, what I've seen in other places. I've lived in Indonesia, Vietnam. I think East West Bank is very unique in the sense that our portfolio is around 80% consumer. We're only doing around 20% corporate. Most of the banks here, and in fact the overall industry, baliktad, no?
Mm.
So it's around 80% corporate and only around 20% consumer. And many of those banks are starting to move towards the consumer side. And that's really a recognition of what's going on in the macroeconomy. The country is, in my mind, experiencing what we call a demographic dividend, right? So the median age of the country right now is around 26 years old. That's a very young population. I think we're one of the youngest in the region, right? And then you layer that with the fact that not only are we young, we're hitting a per capita income of 3,500 to 4,000. That makes us young, but also mid-income, right? And so if you look at the GDP print of the country, and that's why you see quite high rates, no? I think we're one of the highest in the regions, if not the world at some points, is that there is quite a fair bit of consumption going on, right? And so that's really, I think, the thrust and the theme. There will be more and more of this in the next few years, and that will spur on the economic activity. In East West Bank, we believe that we have a very important role to play. Kasi when people are at that age, and I know you're very young, but when I look back in my own life and where I could maybe create a bit of wealth for me and my family, it was when I was at that age where I took credit, I borrowed money, I bought my first house, and then if you look back, that's where you start creating wealth, not just for yourself but also for your family and for your next generation. And so we think that that's the right moment for the bank. In terms of digitalization, we've been spending a lot on digital. We've launching our new app, so that's coming out very soon. Sorry, this is not an advertisement, but we're very excited about our new app. It's coming up. We're calling it Easy Way and also Easy Biz, right? Easy because we think that it's so easy right now to make it complicated, but very few people are focusing on how to make banking easier, making it simpler, right?
Efficiency.
Exactly. But not only that, we also are realizing that people really, there was a study that, people would rather go to the dentist than go to the bank,
Yeah.
right? I mean, can you imagine that, right? And that's really because in many instances, the banks were seen as sort of necessary evils. You're in the car industry, no? People really don't want to buy an auto loan. What they really want is a car, right? A car that they can have. In the same way, people don't buy mortgages, right? They buy a house. They actually want a home, right? And so the mortgage is just something that is necessary along the way. Now, can you imagine a world where you can actually make that into something seamless,
Yeah.
right? And so that's what we're trying to do, is to make banking disappear as part of the overall
Hassle-free, no?
hassle-free.
Approach.
It should be as easy as possible, and working with with our partners, making sure that they focus on what's important, right? Acquiring that home, acquiring that car, and so on. So that's what we've been doing, and a lot of the technology right now are enabling us to do so. So we're very excited about that, and we're forcing. Well, basically, we're focusing a lot more in investing in how we are able to make those things happen.
Would you say you're up there in terms of the development of the apps? And what sets you apart from
Yes.
the others?
Thank you for asking that. We believe that we have been fairly innovative, right? But I don't think we talk a lot. We talk enough about it. So, for example, we recently were the first bank in the country to have used NFC, near field communications, right? In other places, you would see Apple Pay. So we've set up an app where it's called EW Pay, where effectively it's the same, but we use Android, where you use your phone and you don't need to bring your card. You just tap it in the point of sale machine and then transaction goes. It has security features like biometrics and so on. But because we're a bank, it also allows you to check your statements, your what's going on and so on. So that's kind of new. And we've been very proud that we've been the first bank to do that in the country. And that's something that we're pushing out. The other one that we're doing is we have this chatbot, which is AI powered. It's called Esta. So people use it to check their accounts, to engage with us, ask questions, FAQs, but also to do transactions. So I think those two are very, very innovative. And I think layer that on top of that, we also have Como, which is our digital offering. And then recently, we're now launching EasyWay and EasyBiz. So we now have a sort of a combination of digital assets that I think could be however way you want it, right? It's not only just structured, but you can do unstructured, you can do transactional, but also informational and so on. So we're hoping that we would be able to cater to the needs of the clients in different and various ways that they do not want to be catered to. So we're very excited. We just won an award for Como as the best, I think, if I'm not mistaken, digital experience.
For the Philippines.
No, for the Philippines, that's right, for the Philippines, but it was given by an international award body. We'll send you the information later, but it was a very exciting moment for us. And so we're hoping that we can put all of these things together and then offer that to our clients.